everybody, and in today's video I'm going to be talking to you guys about all of the customization options for your loadout in Titanfall, as well as taking a closer look at some of the guns and abilities that were available in the beta version that I played at the Titanfall event in London. Now please do keep in mind that all of the information in this video is taken from a beta version of the game and is not a full representation of what will be available at launch. So let's first start off by taking a look at what exactly you can customize in your loadout. You have your primary weapon, which is pretty self-explanatory, along with your secondary weapon. You then have your anti-Titan weapon, which is dedicated specifically to taking out enemy Titans. You then have your pilot's tactical ability, which is a special move that your pilot can use on the battlefield. Next you have your ordnance, which is basically your equipment, and then you have your tier 1 and tier 2 kit, which are very similar to perks. If you play Call of Duty, you will understand what a perk is. It's basically that. And lastly, you can choose which gender you want to play as, so if you do want to have boobs, you can have boobs. I know, that's the biggest seller of the game. You can have boobs. Now let's take a closer look at some of the weapons, abilities, and kits. Firstly, let's talk about the weapons that were available for usage in the build of Titanfall that I played. In the default classes, we could choose between the R10 1C carbine, the Smart Pistol MK5, and the Eva-8 Shotgun. And when we unlocked Create a Class, we were able to choose between the R10 1C carbine, the Eva-8 Shotgun, R97 SMG, and the Longbow-DMR Sniper. I know a few people were wondering if you could have a sniper in Titanfall. Yes, there are snipers in Titanfall, and if you are a genius and awesome, you will be able to use them very well, but it's definitely not easy. It is not easy to use a sniper in Titanfall, but if you get good at it, you will be a god. Now we're going to take a look at the special abilities and kits that you are going to be able to choose from when you play Titanfall. The special abilities that we could choose from were Cloak and Stim. Of course, there's going to be more in the final build of the game, but they can't give away too much yet. That would be crazy, because then we get the game and be like, oh, I already know all of this information. This is stupid. So in this build that we played, we were able to choose from Cloak and Stim. Now, Cloak allows you to go partially invisible for a short duration. As you can see here, an enemy pilot turned on his cloak, and I could still see him fairly easily, and I managed to take him down. So yes, it does make you go partially invisible, but it's not invisible like, oh, I'm in a gunfight, where'd he go? I don't know where he is. If you are in the middle of a gunfight and you turn Cloak on, it's very likely that the person is going to still be able to see you. But it's really good for running through open areas and people don't necessarily know that you're there. But I wouldn't try turning it on just straight out in the middle of a gunfight, because I can still see you and you will die. Now Stim makes you run faster and regen health faster for a short duration of time. And between these two, I definitely did prefer Stim. As soon as I unlocked Stim and was able to use it, I found that I just did better. I don't know why. I equipped an SMG, I equipped Stim, and I did so much better. I guess that's just my playstyle, running around fast and kind of being all over the place. So Stim for me definitely worked for just how I like to play games in general. Now moving on to the tier 1 kit, you have things such as Explosives Pack, which increases your ordnance ammo capacity, which basically means you get more nades. Let's not be fancy. You get more grenades, you can throw grenades more times because you have more. You also have Power Cell, which accelerates the recharging of your pilot's tactical ability. So if I was playing Hardpoint Domination, I would probably want to take the Explosives Pack just so I could have more grenades. They're very, very handy for getting people off capture points. Very handy indeed. But if I was playing Attrition, I would probably prefer to have the Power Cell kit, because your tactical ability comes in extremely handy. Of course it does. It's a tactical ability. It's there for a reason. You can't use it all the time, so obviously it's good. So if I'm just playing a pure I kill you, you kill me type game mode, I would definitely prefer to just have my tactical ability available for me more frequently. Now in the tier 2 kit, you have things such as Dome Shield Battery, which extends the duration of your Titan's dome shield after Titanfall. I don't know if you guys have noticed that when someone calls in a Titan, it has like a blue glowy dome around it. This is a shield. If you step inside of it, and obviously your Titan's in it because it just dropped, people cannot shoot you through it. So if you equip this kit, you are able to have your dome for longer. Now you also have things such as Minion Detector, which shows all of the grunts, both friendly and unfriendly, on the minimap. So if you want to run around just killing grunts, then this is a good one to have. It comes in really handy actually, because you can see when they're coming in to the map, so you can be there when they drop and just pick up a few extra points. You don't get a whole lot of points for killing grunts, but it definitely stacks up if you end up killing like 40 of those things. So now that we have talked about what exactly you can customize on your pilot loadout and what exactly some of those things do, I thought what I would do is talk to you guys about how I found all of these things actually playing with them in the game. Is there anything that's OP? Is there anything that I prefer? Of course, I talked a little bit about what I prefer, but I wanted to talk about it more because I'm sure you guys are gonna have a bunch of questions. I think one of the main questions that I saw is, are snipers overpowered like they are in Call of Duty? They're not the same. If you guys see how fast pilots move around the map and just how many places they can come from, it's really hard to snipe, in my opinion. I found it difficult. I could not just pick it up and do okay like I can in Call of Duty. I think that it takes a lot of practice in order to be a good Titanfall sniper. Now, in terms of the shotguns, could you say that they're OP? I guess you could. I think maybe people would say that because people like to moan. But the fact is that they are only useful in extremely close quarter combat. So if you want to use a shotgun and you want to hold down a domination point, you will probably be successful. But if you're just running around trying to shoot people, you will have to be extremely tactical about how you move around the map in order to not get taken out by someone using a carbine or someone even using an SMG. Now, in terms of what I personally preferred, I thought that the carbine would be the most useful thing because one of the maps is actually really big, and I was like, why would I use an SMG on here? It just makes sense to use the carbine. But as soon as I unlocked the SMG and I unlocked stim so I could run faster and I had this close quarter gun, I found that I just did so much better. Like, it was a pretty big improvement. I was doing extremely mediocre, say like 9 and 4 in terms of kills and deaths, to going like 17 and 3, 20 and 2. I improved significantly just changing that. And the thing with Titanfall is that because you are so mobile, you can move around the map so easily. There's unlimited sprint, there's no fall damage, you can run along walls, you can double jump, you can get around the map so very, very quickly and so easily. It makes an SMG perfectly usable on even the bigger maps. So I really like that. I definitely found my playstyle. Other people found their playstyle, which was totally different to mine. And I really like that. So yeah, I liked using the SMG and stim, personally. We'll see when the game comes out if there are different abilities that I prefer or different guns that I prefer. But I'm definitely a fast-moving SMG player for now. So I hope you guys found this video informative and awesome. If you did, please do leave it a like, and don't forget to check out all of my other Titanfall videos. I will leave them in the description so you guys can have easy access for them. There will also be a playlist that you guys can just sit and watch if you want to check that out. Okay guys, I'll speak to you later. Bye.